Church, in time, Clint will learn the lesson that every married man comes to learn. Honey, you could be right or you could be married, but baby, you can't be both. I got my notes. I hope y'all got yours. Let's get on into this damn mess. All right, y'all, let's jump right on in. Now, listen, to all my returning church members, baby, welcomes. And to all my new people, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and also click that bell notification so you are notified every time I decide to upload a video. Now, listen, y'all, my outfit today is brought to you by errands, baby, because this is the outfit I wore earlier when I went to run some errands. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, honey, as of right now, it is 12:11 a.m. as I record this video, and I'm trying not to be a procrastinator, okay? I just finished watching the video. I was driven to chorus, and I decided to not be a procrastinator no more, okay? So listen, church, look at your neighbor and say, no more procrastination. And baby, if you're by yourself, look in the mirror and say, no more procrastination. Now listen, full disclosure, I am somewhere between half asleep and delusional, so we gonna pray that my thoughts come out concisely and to the point tonight, okay? Now let's jump on into our hot topics and let's talk about this Clint slender athletic comment, because there's no getting around it. We got to talk about it, right? Now listen, unpopular opinion, I'm actually team Shaquille in it, okay? Because listen, yes, he didn't read the room. Yes, he didn't know his audience. But if I put it in a scale of a percentage, okay, 20% of it, I believe, was, trying to get back at Gina or feeling a way about the position that she put him in. But honestly, y'all, 80% of it was giving me typical dumb, stupid male, okay? It was giving, I'm trying to get my point across. It was giving, I don't think through my words. It was giving, I don't know my audience. It was giving, I didn't realize that the curvy mafia's backlash was going to be so heavy and so swift, okay? And I don't mean any, disrespect by saying curvy mafia, y'all. Y'all know I'm a wordsmith with my words and they just flow out just like Clint did, but, in the bad way. Now listen, I really think it goes back to not knowing your audience and not reading the room, okay? And I said this last week. The one cardinal mistake Clint made with his comments to Gina is because it was done in a group setting, okay? I think it would have hurt the same to her if it was a one-on-one situation, but it hits different when all the other couples and all the other ladies are involved. It puts extra sauce on it, okay? So listen, we gonna get to the whole Gina and Clint thing in terms of, whether or not she overreacted in the situation. But, I think that she was definitely warranted in her feelings. And I think it took on a life of its own because the other women were involved. Okay. And like I told y'all last week, baby, Gina drew first blood. Okay. So I don't have a problem with Clint's response. And quiet as it's kept, what he said wasn't bad, okay? He was literally just describing the prior and the previous women he used to date, okay? Granted, you should have read the room and realized there are 4 other Kirby type women in the room, and you were never going to win in terms of your comment. Like, if you said it one way, if you said it a better way, it would have probably gone over better. But, either way you said it, it probably should have just not been said in that group format or packaged differently with Gina one-on-one. Now let's move on into Gina and Clint so I could talk more about this. And let's talk about Clint's explanation versus his apology, right? Now, as I said before, there's no winning in this situation. The best defense, baby, is a hasty retreat, okay? Apologize, and try to move on to the next, okay? But, Clint is more of that businessy type, more of that type where he's just trying to get his point across, more of that type where he thinks everybody thinks like him, and everybody doesn't think like you, right? So listen, like I said before, okay, I am team Shaquille. I don't think what he said was any malice of intent, but I believe when you're in a situation where you have your wife that's mad at you, the 4 other women that's mad at you, and the other husbands who looking at you a bit sideways, even if they don't all profess it, other than Mackinley, I think your best defense is a hasty retreat, right? And I think Gina got so upset because it didn't really feel like an apology. It felt more like that was not my intention if you took it that way, okay? And when someone's already amped up, they want to just hear the words, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. You know, if I offended you, well, hell, they always say, baby, if you're going to apologize, don't use the word if, honey, because that's if is a qualification, okay? So just apologize outright and move on. And I think, you know, your whole not my intention thing and then it leading so quickly to anger based on what she did, it kind of even made it worse, okay? So listen, I'm all about who drew first blood, and yes, Gina did draw first blood, but it hits different because your rebuttal to what she said or your explanation of your whole situation happened in a group format. And y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if you agree or disagree. Now let's move on to Gina deciding that she wants to separate for the rest of the honeymoon. Y'all, I understand being mad. And one of my favorite quotes from my favorite YouTuber, Funky Dineva, is you can't, you know, do wrong to someone and then tell them how mad to get. But honestly, you know, if you signed up for Married at First Sight, you signed up to do something different than you've always done, okay? And the whole, I'm mad, I'm pissed off, you stay away from me for the rest of the honeymoon, I don't think it's conducive, okay? Maybe I give you a day, you know, half a day to cool off, but I don't even know how long the honeymoon is. I assume 3-4 days, right? But y'all only have 8 weeks to decide if you want to stay together. So if you already taken away, you know, 3 other days to just be mad, I think it does you more harm than good in the process, though I understand why that lady's mad, okay? And I really believe that if Clint would come to that lady and just be like, I apologize with no qualifications, I think they could possibly move forward. I don't think she'll ever forget this, but I think she'll be put in a better state to want to work through it and move forward, right? So y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Third thing, y'all, I didn't even write this, but I was thinking it as I was watching the episode. Is it me or do y'all think that Gina didn't need to be married at first sight, right? Because she seems to already be married at first sight to her damn career, okay? If I hear one more word about the weaves and the salons and the hair she doing and the esthetician and the county permits and how she got to do this, that, and the third, okay, listen, I think it's wonderful that you're busy. You know what? On the actual wedding, y'all, just to take a step back, I said that I thought she was doing all the business talk because she wanted, it was like nervous energy in terms of just meeting someone, okay? But listen, what we're coming to find out, baby, is that this has consumed her life because this is her life, right? So I'm just fearing, apart from their whole issue this episode, yeah, y'all are both business people, but you really have to find yourself outside of the business. And my concern for the Gina Clint situation is that she's so involved and so, you know, tied down with this business right now in terms of managing it, growing it, making it even more of a success, that maybe she doesn't have the bandwidth to be married at first sight right now, or to be married, period. You know, maybe she just needs some D on the side. Okay, now listen, I told y'all it's 12:19 right now. Okay, listen, I get very flippant with my words. Let me move on before I get myself in trouble. All right, let's move on to Kirsten and Shaquille. And let's talk about how Shaquille is finally following the clues, okay? She doesn't like my humor. She's not attracted to me. Bravo, Shaquille, okay? Finally, okay? It only took, 6 episodes for you to clue into what we've already seen from the damn beginning, but it's okay. Listen, at first you was lost, and now you done seen the light, okay? Now put it all together and just realize, baby, listen, I'm not saying that you can't have humor in a relationship, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be yourself. Like, you should be able to be whoever you are in your relationship, okay? You should have that security to know that you will be accepted no matter how you show up, no matter what your personality is, no matter what you bring to the table, within reason, okay? And if I'm trying to package it a bit better for Kirsten, I don't think she's trying to change his sense of humor. She's just trying to kind of mitigate it and kind of relegate it to certain times. Like, you don't need to be that way all the time, okay? Now listen, quiet as it's kept, that could probably be a more indication of how, you know, she just don't like your personality entirely, okay? But I'm not trying to call anything over y'all, even though I do not believe this match is going to work out, okay? But yeah, she doesn't like your humor. She's not attracted to you. Put together the clues, okay? Like I said from the beginning, if she could get past her ideal archetype of what a husband's supposed to be and kind of embrace his fringe benefits, this might work. But if not, y'all just need to concentrate on being good friends and building a good friendship that could potentially lead to something. Though, listen, I don't even know if I'm even speaking correctly, because in the previews for the further episodes, it's talking about how I don't have no attraction to him. There's no attraction here. So I could probably just be wasting my breath right now. But listen, Shaq, I am glad that you are paying attention to the clues, brother. Pay attention to them, internalize them, and just work on having a good friendship with this lady. Now let's move on to Jasmine and Airris, and let's talk about this whole never been in love bomb. Y'all, I talked about this last week, so I'm not going to even spend a whole bunch of time on it. But that whole never been in love thing, that is not a bomb, okay? It is not a bomb. Mama is making too much of it. She's making way, way, way too much of it. As I said last week, baby, if the man ever cared a modicum about those past women, you can get him to love, okay? The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference, okay? So if the man cared a modicum about the past women, you can get him to love. It's not a bomb, okay? I'm 32 and I ain't never been in love, okay? I've been in heavy like, but I've never been in love. Do I think it's a yellow flag? Yeah. Possibly an orange flag? Absolutely. But do I think it's a bomb and some sort of big thing to hang over your head? No. And listen, y'all can drop down in the comments and agree or disagree, but it's starting to give a little bit desperate. I'm not saying that the lady is desperate. I'm saying it's giving a bit of desperate tease in terms of her saying, I fall in love easily and my worry is I'm going to be in love with you and you're going to be off to the next, okay? So y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think on that. Now, apparently, Airris is giving mixed signals. He's overtly sexual, then he's pulling back. Y'all, I was all ready to come into this video and be kind of in Airris's defense, okay? Because listen, truthfully, when Airris was having that overtly sexual talk, it was giving me more I'm drunk than I'm serious, okay? But now when we're watching this episode, baby, we find out that he confesses to the damn men that he has more friend vibes for her and he likes more curvy women. Now listen, if this ain't truth happening in real life, I don't know what is, okay? Because I done called it from the beginning. I told y'all that, what's her name? Kirsten and Airris are a better match, okay? Listen, I want full credit if it comes down to the reunion and they decide to give it a go between the two of them when Kirsten and Shaquille break up, okay? I'm already predicting that. Now, the only problem that I have about him confessing his whole friend vibes and the lack of attraction, or the fact that he's an ass man and, she's built like well, hell, the damn beauty queens of today are built like brick houses. So I don't know, maybe she just like, the slender, the slender athletic, in Clint's words, type of beauty queen, right? So he likes more curvy women. The only problem I had with it is I felt, what tends to happen on this show is that things get brought up in a gimme gotcha fashion, right? You say one thing and you think you're being, you think you're in a friend group, you think you're in a safe space, and the next thing you know, baby, it gets, what do they call it? What's that thing? They play a game of telephone until it gets back to the actual person, right? And we're already seeing seeds of that in terms of Kirsten and Shaquille. When Shaquille told Kirsten that, Airris is basically not attracted to that lady and he's just trying to, keep her feelings at bay in terms of not telling her the full truth. So that's my only thing. I don't have a problem that he has these feelings and he's talking to the men about it, but I would have wished that he would have told his wife or at least clued her in, because now it's going to put her at a detriment and make her feel like she's catching up to knowledge that everybody else knows about, okay? And listen, nobody wants to be in a situation where they're the last to know what's going on in their own damn marriage, okay? And that's all I'm going to say on that. Now let's move on to Domynique and Mackinley. And let's talk about the simple thing about she don't want that man, okay? Just like I said with Kirsten and Shaquille in the beginning, y'all, I just don't know why. I just be having this spirit of discernment. I said this last week. I said, the man is not adventurous. He complained too much. What was this damn episode about between Domynique and Mackinley, okay? He's not adventurous. He complained too much. He make all these damn dad jokes and she's not even into it. Listen, that lady said, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, she basically said he was less than a 5 in attraction and romance, okay? If that don't tell you everything that you need to know, I don't know what else to tell you, okay? This one to me is doomed as well, all right? Now, Like I said last time, the saving grace is that the man, wants to participate in the activities even though he complains bitterly. But just like the other women were saying, if someone is always complaining or someone is always having a bad attitude about something, eventually you're going to feel a certain way and you're not going to really want to do things with that person because it's going to be based on some BS. So I hope y'all get it together. But she don't want that man. She don't want that old man. No, let me stop. I'm not going to be ageist. Okay, because she's in her 20s and he's in his 30s. And I told y'all he was giving me dad jokes and he was very annoying. Okay, well, let me say this. He was not my cup of tea, okay? And quiet as it's kept, he ain't Domynique's either. Now let's move on. I'm getting way too messy. It's 12:26. Lord, I need to go to sleep. All right. Let's move on to Nicole and Chris, y'all. And let's talk about these real conversations that they're having, right? One thing I love about Nicole and Chris is they get the award out of all the couples that seem to actually want to move forward in this process in a sustainable and fruitful way, okay? They're talking about real conversations, being satisfied in terms of having sex with each other, living with a partner for a first time, merging lives. I think those are the conversations once you get past the whole it's the honeymoon. I like this person. I like their face. I like their body. We have a good vibe. You have to really figure out if you're compatible in terms of the minutia of everyday life, right? And it seems like out of all the couples, those two are having the important conversations, and I'm here for all of it, okay? Listen, sex satisfaction is a very big topic, okay? Because, listen, as for me, I could never get married at first sight, baby, because I like to test drive a car before I buy it, okay? That's just me. And y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if you could get married at first sight. I personally couldn't, okay? Because listen, if I'm not happy, we not going to be happy. And I'm going to leave it at that before I get tagged for, lack of decorum or whatever. And living with a partner for the first time, that was actually something that resonated with me because, I'm 32 and I have never lived with a partner before. And one of my old coworkers, she would always tell me, she said, don't stay single for too long because when you get with somebody, you'll be so indoctrinated into having your own way that it will be hard for you to merge lives with someone and let someone in your space and into your routine, right? So listen, I've never had like roommates. I've never lived with a partner. So I'm a little bit worried, but listen, I'm going to go into it with an open mind, whenever that should happen, Jesus. All right. But like I said, Nicole and Chris, y'all are doing the best in terms of having real conversations. And out of all the couples, y'all actually seem to be going down the best road, right? Now, I really think that, that's all I want to talk about on this episode, y'all. So if you liked what I said, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all social media at DatDamnDasher. And until next time, y'all, let's hope that Gina and Clint get it together. Because listen, ain't the honeymoon supposed to be the happiest damn time of the marriage? And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.